Hey, it's Clay. Got some more Battlefield footage here, and man, I just spawned into this game, and it is insane. We've got A's go freaking out. We got like 6 dudes here, and pull out my G18 suppressed and go on a bit of a rampage and get the disarm. I was pretty happy starting the game off like this. It's just like, whoa, hopping right into the action. And you know what? That leads me right into what I want to talk about, is map design, specifically related to Operation Metro, but looking at Battlefield 3 as a whole and their map design. Now, Metro is kind of the black sheep of the Battlefield family in some ways. You know, it gets a lot of flack around the YouTube community and around the Battlefield community because it is such a derivation. Oh, I really messed that one up. A derivation. It's a movement away from traditional Battlefield map design. There's no vehicles. For most of it is indoors. It's so close quarters. There's fewer flanking routes. So in many ways, it is very different from a traditional Battlefield map. But at the same time, it's insanely popular. And looking at the stats, it's like hands down the most popular Battlefield 3 map since the release of the game. So you can't argue with its popularity. And you know what? To be honest, I think it's okay. I am not a traditional Battlefield player. I have not been playing Battlefield since 1942 and Battlefield 2, and I played a little bit of Bad Company too. But Metro, it kind of embraced me into the Battlefield series, and that's one thing that I want to stress when I think about what Battlefield 3 does with map design. I think Battlefield 3 is so cool with its map design overall because it makes the game so versatile. You can go to a map like Strike at Karkin and you can hop in tanks and you can hop in Humvees, and other maps have helicopters and jets, and if you love that, go for it, rock that, enjoy it. If you love traditional Battlefield with lots of vehicles, this is great. This is such a unique game. What other game out there can you fly a jet and it actually is a meaningful part of a first-person shooter? I mean, that's insane. But then on the other hand, for Metro, if you want to work on your gun skill, I think Metro is such a good map for that. And if you watch other YouTube videos of guys who do gun reviews or just kind of talking about a certain kit setup, almost 9 times out of 10, a part of their clip will be on Operation Metro because it is ideal for testing out new gun setups and getting accustomed to how a gun responds, because you get in so many firefights. I mean, I have not stopped shooting since I spawned in with my bolt action. I'm not sitting in the back of the map, scoped in for 10-15 seconds waiting for my target to arrive. That just drives me crazy if I'm trying to level up a gun or work on my gun skills and I have to huff around the map for a minute before I even see somebody. I mean, that's just silly. I don't like that. I really like the chaotic nature. It almost makes Battlefield 3 comparable to a Twitch shooter, like on Unreal or some of those classic games that are Twitch based. I don't want to call it Call of Duty. But you know what? I think that this can, in some ways, do Call of Duty better than Call of Duty can itself. And you know what? I think that's good. I think that makes Battlefield 3 a more versatile game overall. And I think that the way that they approach map design is genius, because there is so much variety in maps. You've got close quarters maps like Metro, you've got more of a moderate map like Grand Bazaar, and then you've got just the huge maps. And then you also work into that the ways in which different game types operate, so something like Conquest as opposed to Rush. That also brings extreme versatility in map design. And you know what? I think that the more the better. And I think that for people who get all butthurt about the direction Battlefield 3 is going in and how Metro is, leading us down this horrible path, I don't understand that at all. I mean, they have not taken away the traditional Battlefield aspects. They have those old school style maps, but they've just added some more rush-friendly maps, some more close quarters maps. And I think that the more ground you can encompass with your map design, the wider audience you're going to appeal to, and overall the more fun your game's going to be. And I think that's great. I think everyone should win. You know, why does a game just need to appeal to one certain type of player? I think a game that appeals to a wide audience is sweet, and I think that is such a cool and unique element of Battlefield that not a lot of other games have. You know, a lot of other games pigeonhole themselves as it's either a tactical shooter or a vehicle shooter or a fast-paced first-person shooter, but with Battlefield, depending on your game type and your map, it can be any of the above. And I think that makes Battlefield 3 a more rewarding and enriching experience. But my gameplay is wrapped up. That's all I have to say. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on Battlefield 3's map design and their range and their versatility and what that adds to the game. But I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I will see you again soon. Bye.